Um, let's move to the virtual court though. NBA 2K, my team. Now, I want to preface this by saying I am actually enjoying my team more this year than I can probably remember, ever really. I like a lot of what they've done, but there's still something, and you might have read this. I wrote about this in my 2K20 wish list, and I also wrote about it for the basketball writers. But there's something about the game, the mode, that I kind of still have a problem with. I think that there are way too many pink diamonds out there. And I also think that the Galaxy Opal level that they created, I think that's a cool idea. But I just have a problem with the players and the frequency in which they give these gemstones to. Like, I'm talking like, dude, like I went to LA Fitness and hit like 5 straight threes, and I came back and I had a pink diamond. Like, it's like everybody gets a pink diamond. Like, it's I mean, like you sit up here and you look at like players, and I'm not like crapping on this guy forever or whatever like that, but dude, they got a 2000, what is it, 2018 or 2013 pink diamond J.R. Smith. A pink diamond J.R. Smith. Come on, bro. Like, so you mean to tell me that you have created a universe where there's a J.R. Smith card that is better than any Michael Jordan card, that is better than any Kobe Bryant card, that's better than any Dwayne Wade card? Come on, man. Like, that should never happen. To me, honestly, man, I think that there should be, first of all, they have 5 Galaxy Opals, right? I think it's like James Worthy and Isaiah Thomas card, Giannis Antetokounmpo. There's a Will Chamberlain, and then there's a Chris Paul, right? To me, because of what the Galaxy Opal cards are, to me, those 5 cards should be the 5 best players in the history of the game. And they
Yeah.
should be the same 5 guys every year. And they can still release it in sections or it's scheduled however they want to do it. But it should be the same 5 guys every year until 2K has made a decision that somebody's been dethroned. And
Mhm.
now this person's not a Galaxy Opal anymore. Or maybe you add to the Galaxy Opals instead of, so don't dethrone anybody because you don't want to, you don't want to kind of do anybody like that.
Well, it should
But
be like almost like the Hall of Fame, right?
it
Like
should right,
people get
almost like
inducted
the
and
Hall of
they
Fame.
earn that, and then
Yes. You,
they're in. But
yeah, it's almost like the virtual Mount Rushmore,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
you know,
So you don't
and
get taken off
you don't
necessarily.
get taken off, you just get added, right?
Yeah,
And so to me, like I'm not necessarily trying to start a top 5 argument, but if I'm putting Galaxy Opals up there, it's Mike, it's LeBron, it's Magic Johnson, it's Kareem, and it's probably Will Chamberlain. And not this 1973 version. They got a Galaxy Opal of 1973 Will Chamberlain. He was 36 years old, was the last year in the league. His
yeah,
worst statistical year of his career.
yeah.
Like the 62 Will Chamberlain averaged 50 points a game. That's not a Galaxy Opal. Come on. That doesn't make any sense. That doesn't make any sense. And I think for pink diamonds, man, I think in order for you to get a pink diamond, you should either have been an NBA MVP, an NBA Finals MVP. You should have set a single game record or a single season record, or you should or be in the Hall of Fame. That criteria alone should be the only people that get a pink diamond. And that's it. And honestly, I'm not even sure the Hall of Fame thing you should get a pink diamond. Like I think they just throw that stuff around way too easy, and they're drunk with this whole content. Just keep throwing cards out there, and people go crazy over it. It's diluted the whole thing. It's diluted the whole thing, and I was just flipping through, man, and I'm like, why does this dude have a pink diamond?
Diluted is a great word there, right? Because when you dilute something, you reduce its potency.
Mm-hmm.
And what I think 2K fails to realize, and I really, if anybody from 2K is listening to this show, is I'm very serious when I say this. You guys need more people on staff who truly understand games like Magic the Gathering and Hearthstone. Because the more power you put into the deck, the less powerful the deck really is. past a certain point. There's a
Mm-hmm.
threshold. And so it it is the presence of bad cards that makes good cards good.
Yes.
If and the same thing, and because the NBA has also a fan element, right? Like you said, no disrespect, but nobody is as big of a fan of J.R. Smith as other people are a fan of Michael Jordan. There should not be an equivalency there. J.R.
No.
Smith should not be able to catch up to Kobe Bryant in the virtual world in a way that he never could in real life. There should be a loose, vague, but still intact hierarchy and structure amongst the players in these decks. I believe I heard something to the effect of something like Diamond Gerald Wallace had, you could put Hall of Fame 3-pointer on him.
Yeah, man. See,
That's
that
not
kind of
Gerald Wallace.
that's not Gerald Wallace. So why even have the real players if you're going to make them not themselves?
In my career, aka Pro Am Park Rec Center, you guys being 2K have a system of archetypes where you don't want any one player doing everything. But then you move over to my team and you take real people who couldn't do everything and you basically just keep buffing them until they can do everything. That's not balance. That's not dynamic. That's corny. That's like when little kids make up superheroes and they go, well, I have Spider-Man's powers and Deadpool's powers and Wolverine's claws and I can fly like Superman. Like, you just make every character all the strengths and no weaknesses. My brother was making fun of a character the other day. He said, I'm powerful and there's nothing wrong with me.
Right.
What's less interesting than that?
Yeah.
What makes a strategy important is what you give up. And if you keep putting these super powerful abilities on everybody, what are you forcing people to give up?
Yeah. I
Not
mean,
just from a standpoint of head-to-head gameplay, but also from the fantasy basketball standpoint. On some level, if this was more of a spectator sport, I would want to be entertained by a person accurately using Isaiah Thomas versus a person accurately using Steph Curry. A person accurately going with a team of, say, Jordan and LeBron versus a team of, say, Kobe and KD. How would that really play out? On the sticks, if they were using them the right way. That's entertaining to me.
mhm.
But if you give this guy all these fake abilities and this guy all these fake abilities, then the names are meaningless. They're just random names you're throwing on cards or random, abilities you're throwing on names. And that is holding that mode back, both from a spectator standpoint and from a competitive standpoint.
Yeah. I actually don't have a problem with them actually making fictitious players. I really don't. Like for my team, I think that for my team, if they had my team exclusives, right, where every month they created a guy, literally, and they started a little campaign and they gave the guy all these little small little commercials and stuff. And I mean, really, literally went and got a real person, scanned their face, and put them in the game and gave them whatever, this person's really good at this person's really good at that. Dude, if they did that and made this person a pink diamond, people would go crazy trying to get this guy. I mean, I don't care. The dude name could be, Slim Pepper Jack or whatever they called him, and they gave you his story through social media. They gave you his thing. They said, "Hey, this guy's this. He came from this part of part of the country. He's good at this, good at that. He had some kind of look to him or something." Dude, people would go ham going into packs trying to find Slim Pepper Jack. They would go. And
I'm gonna address our audience for a second because y'all are being invited to the most popular and common fight between me and this crazy man across the internet.
oh my God. You gonna tell me that wouldn't be fun?
And I'm trying to talk to the people. Do you mind if we? I just want to talk to the people for a second. I just want to talk to the people. I will address you in a moment
Oh my God.
I just need to have the moment with our fans. They're very supportive, our watchers of this show. I just want to talk to them for a second and bring them in on what I have to
I'm
deal with.
I'm allow you to have your moment.
Thank you. Behind Jimmy Butler and Derrick Rose, ahead of Jimmy Butler and Derrick Rose,
Yes.
this is our number one point of conflict. Even besides the fact that he's from that terrible city he's from. This
Well,
is the problem. This is the problem right here. He he likes to take a competitive esport type situation and bring his fantasy basketball storytelling into it. And it's not always basketball, it could be anything. You could be like, yeah, let's come up with a mode where we go through the historic boxers and it's exactly like it. He's like, yeah, you know, it'd be great if you could invent your own guy and you go through his story and his car don't work. And so you got to sign up to the website to have them send you the car keys and you and then you scan the car keys on your camera phone. And then you could drive to the virtual gym, and now you gotta do real push-ups in front of your Xbox Connect because everybody still gotta connect. This is the problem with you.
No, man.
The mode is about NBA history, and the problem that we are having with it is that it's distorting history with a bad interpretation of card game ethics. They need to be more into NBA history, not less into NBA history.
You know, let me position what I'm saying. What the concept that I'm saying is, if you're going to go fantasy and start changing stuff, at least create somebody who does not have this historical basis that everybody already knows, and then you just throw something out there that flies in the face of that. That's what I'm saying. So if you want to come up with something, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying if you want to go fantasy, go fantasy.
Game of Thrones fans know why I'm saying Hodor. We must protect the wall. The wall is that this is an NBA historical mode. The dudes coming over the wall are the evil white zombies. That is this fantasy nonsense ruining the game mode.
No,
there's
man.
no, if they get over the wall, let's start cannibalizing each other instead we run out in case we run out of food. No. We don't let them get over the wall. Hodor.
Look, this is what I'm saying. I'm not saying they have to add this.
They definitely don't.
They don't have to. But I'm saying, if you did want to do the fantasy angle, I put it like this. Fans would love that. I'm just saying, fans, you mean that you're going to sit here and tell me that my team fans wouldn't love that?
It depends on how many times they've been hit in the head that week.
Oh my God. Fantasy, okay, forget Slim Pepper Jack, because that's pretty stupid, right? But I'm saying, if they created a real guy, and he had I'm talking about literally a real person that they brought in, they scanned him, the whole nine. I'm talking about he had full tats, everything, whatever this person has. And they said, this is who this guy is. And they call this guy a playground legend or something. That they did. People would go for that, man. People would go for that.
I disagree. I think what people really want is when a guy like, say, Giannis, or even say if somebody's a Sacramento Kings fan, I think they are sitting on their seat waiting for this De'Aaron Fox card to come out. Like, they can't wait for the best version of De'Aaron Fox to be.
I mean, I don't hear that many people. Like, people complain a little bit about what I'm saying, but you got people who go and run out to get this Pink Diamond Donovan Mitchell. You get people
because it's competitive, and this is what I'm saying. Like, the competitive rule set and the competitive ethics should be held down by what we're talking about, more regulation, because people are going to do whatever it takes to win. Dude, right. If you watch any competitive 2K player, whether it's Park, Pro-Am, whatever, they will sit there and do 5 out, talking about how much they hate 5 out.
Yeah.
Because they want to win. And I don't blame them. That's what competition is. And you don't complain about the rules, you win anyway. And then you say, hey, look, I'm winning anyway. This is bad. These rules suck. Make it better. The game is hurt by this. right?
Yeah.
So what players do is only an indication that they're willing to cope with what the nonsense 2K puts in their lap. But what would be best is having it be more regulated so that people would actually have to choose. So that part of the skill is how much you can get out of a less obvious resource.
Yeah, we agree for the most part. We agree for the most part.
Good.
You just don't like Slim Pepper Jack.
I love Slim Pepper Jack. In fact, I'm making a personal request. In either the next wrestling or UFC game, I want some Slim Pepper. In fact, if you're doing a My Career next year,
yeah,
I miss your My Career, man.
Yeah, well, actually, I already have my character for My Career, and I'm not gonna say his name.
Okay, but
I'm not gonna say his name.
I'm making a request right here in front of the people.
Slim Pepper Jack.
Because I want Slim Pepper Jack in one of these sports games. I don't even care which one. But one of these sports games coming up. If it's the show, I'll even watch that. If he's the pitcher or whatever, that's awesome. Yeah.
Slim Pepper Jack is on the way. All right.
Yeah.
All right. So Slim Pepper Jack. See, it's a problem is when you're a creative person that people don't appreciate your creativity. That's what's the problem is.
Like I said, I just got a question. Is it Slim, middle name Pepper, last name Jack, or is it Slim, no middle name Pepper Jack?
Slim, no middle name Pepper Jack.
See, that's the hottest one right there. I trust you. I trust you when it comes to
hyphenated though. Hyphenated because
I love your fantasy ideas in the fantasy world.
Hyphenated because his mama's name was Amy Pepper.
Amy Pepper.
And she got married to John Jack.
To John Jack? John
right.
Jack?
John Jack. So now he had his son, and his son's, he took the name. Now it's Slim Pepper Jack. So there it is. So it's okay. You don't have to come.
That's awesome.
You don't have to come with me. You don't have to come with me. You don't have to come with me. Anyway.
I'll be weak. I'm rather unique.